I got too much stuff going on. All right.
Recording.
Now we got the recording going, so we'll see how that happens too. But anyway, so what the plan is then is that I would, or April would, give like kind of like an administrative kind of update, if you will, and just kind of some great ideas or some suggestions that we might have for the week, and then each person then will, each new person then will take over from there. So, for example, Steve's on, and he's always game for stuff. So I would say, okay, hey, look, Steve, we want you to talk about your success in talking to other teachers or other coaches, and we could have you do a topic covering that. And then Lynn's a great business owner where she's at, and so maybe Lynn could talk about how to approach somebody that owns businesses like restaurants and other places like that. So she might have an idea about how you would make that contact and do that. And so the real goal is to get everybody collectively involved in giving a different ideas, because you've heard me talk and I'm out, right? I mean, I've given you guys what I know. So I'm always learning, and I would rather learn from you guys than have to try to go find it from someplace else. So that's the game plan as far as how we want to try to move forward through this after, let's say after Christmas. So after Christmas, I want to start on Tuesday and Thursday contact calls, and we're going to do exclusively Zoom as far as our contacts go. So it'll only be on Zoom, and you'll be able to be on here, and hopefully we can all kind of get to see each other's faces. And I don't know what Micah's showing us, but that looks like his bottom of his chair or something. I don't know what he's got going on there. But anyway, so everybody kind of pass around and get some exposure and some ideas of what's going on. And that's the game plan. Durka looks like he's pissed off about something. He's like staring at the screen, like mad. Yeah, I can't hear you because you're muted. So, and I can see Marco's adjusting the screen. Denise is looking around. I don't know what she's looking at. Is that a baby? Is that your? She's got the baby behind her. So anyway, so Scott Wirt, I haven't seen you forever. I didn't even know you still existed. I can see him up there hiding in the corner. All right. So anyway, that's the game plan, guys. So well, that's how we want to do it. So I'm going to go over the topics that I wanted to cover tonight. You can all post up. If you have a question, you can actually go to your chat button down at the bottom, and you can chat with each other. You can send questions on there that we can look back at different times. So it just really depends on how we want to go through, how we want to go forward on this stuff. So feel free to chat on the screen there on the Zoom chat. And if you're messaging me over there, I can't get that. So I got too much stuff going on. I can only single task here. So anyway, that's the game plan. Okay, Teresa's got like her static picture on, so she doesn't want to show what she's actually doing. All right, we got all kinds of people going on here. All right, cool. All right, so anyway, topics of discussion primarily are this, and what I'm really going to do is kind of go over some of the stuff that was covered in Jill's meeting today, and because I thought it was great stuff. So one of the biggest things that I took away from her conversation today was a overcoming objection. So overcoming objection comment. So, and I thought this was worth writing down. So what I wrote down is, I'm so glad you said that. So if somebody says something to you, let's say, oh, that's so expensive. And then your comment, instead of just not having a response back to it or becoming argumentative, is, I'm so glad you said that. So if somebody says to me, Brent, wow, that sounds good, but it's so expensive. Well, I'm so glad you said that, because when I started, I felt the same way, but I found X, Y, and Z to be true, right? Somebody can make the comment, I'm too busy. I'm so glad you said that, because when I started, I thought I was too busy too, but I've been able to make this work in the pockets of my life along those lines. So I'm so glad you said that is a great response to any comment. And I don't remember if it was Andrea or Angela had somebody made a post on their Facebook, and it was kind of what I want to say. It was kind of like they wanted to kind of start an argument about the fact that they were making money. So the comment could be, "I'm so glad you said that," and then we could go into a conversation about the fact that, yeah, I'm really glad that you said that you're interested in the fact that I'm actually okay with making money in this, because at first I really didn't think I wanted to make money in this, but now I've found that I can actually make money by helping people, which are two things that obviously helps everybody, right? So I'm so glad you said that. Is a great comment, and I encourage all of you to use it. It's kind of like that whole thing, you should do what I do, but I believe that those two comments are fantastic ways to address people, all right? From there is feel, felt, found. So I feel, I felt, and I found. You know, I'm so glad you said that. I feel the same way, or I felt the same way, and now I feel this, and now I found that by doing that, I found this, right? So feel, felt, found is also another good set of words to include in your vocabulary when you're talking to somebody. Again, what we don't want to do is we don't want to be argumentative. You don't want to start a fight over somebody agrees or disagrees with something. It just falls into that whole process of, you know, relationship building and keeping the door open. And I think that's the great thing about this whole, you know, comment about, I'm so glad you said that, is because that's going to keep the door open for a future contact. Somebody is really adamant about the fact that this is just so expensive. No, I'm not interested. I'm too busy. I'm so glad you said that, because, you know, I felt the same way when I started. Would you be okay with me contacting you back in a month or a couple weeks or something along those lines, right? So if we can do those different contacts and have those different, and have that as a response, then I think we all benefit from doing it that way. Let's see, what else? Leaves the door open, I said that. This I thought was really, and this kind of falls along that same line of, you know, I'm so glad you said that. A lot of times we get into this mindset that we have to win the argument, or we have to get the enrollment done right then, okay? It's really about relationship building, and the people that are really going to stay with you the longest, the people that are going to continue to use the product, those are the people that you want to build those relationships with. So don't feel like that just because you don't get the enrollment when you have that very first conversation, don't take a feeling that that's a bad thing, okay? Because it's not. There's nothing wrong with, you know, having to wait and having to maintain your relationship and contacting at a later date. You know, I'm looking at Marco's picture there, and, you know, Marco's really good at that. You know, he's a very avid cyclist. He's got a lot of people that are on cycling teams and stuff like that he associates with. And obviously you're not going to enroll somebody when you're cruising down the road at 25, 30 miles an hour. So a lot of it is just relationship building so that you can make those follow-ups at a later date. So just know that that's kind of your goal, is to leave the door open to any conversation, and being able to have repeated contacts so that those repeated contacts lead to eventual enrollments. And the most important thing that I can tell you to do is, when you get started with somebody, is to get them involved in the team pages, okay? It's so important to get people onto XHP and to get people onto Great Nutrition, because when you get people into XHP and you get people onto Great Nutrition, that's a constant advertisement that they're seeing every single time that they are, you know, on their Facebook. Every time they're on their Facebook, they're seeing XHP comments. Every time they're seeing Great Nutrition comments. So it's really important to get them in those pages so that they feel the support of the group. I know some people are like, oh, don't put me in a group, don't put me in a group. But just tell them, look, it's a completely private group. All you have to do is sit in there and watch. And if you don't want to go to it, don't go to it. But it's there and available for you, because that is so important that people get that, to sense that support. I mean, we've had a recent team member that came over that was on a different team previously, and they can't even, actually, I wouldn't even say they were on a team. they had been enrolled previously, and now they've been re-enrolled again, and now they're on a team. And by being on this team, they're really experiencing a whole new level of success just because of the support that they're seeing in the pages, because that makes them feel, hey, look, I can go forward and I can do more with this. Okay. Let's see. Build networks. That's a huge one, right? This is all about building networks. And if you don't have a network, then you need to put yourself in positions where you can expose yourself to new networks. And those new networks could be Facebook groups. It could be, any type of, face-to-face groups, going to the Starbucks or going to the same coffee shop that you go to all the time, whatever fitness facilities that you go to, whatever it is that you enjoy doing, get involved in those networks. Again, it can be a Facebook related network, but find something that you enjoy doing and get engaged in that. And by doing that, you're just going to find more people that you can expose yourself to, that you can expose nutrition to. And by exposing that, then you're going to have a better opportunity for more feedback. Okay. I'm saving this last one kind of for the conversation about the 90-day game plan. Busy people are great contacts. If somebody says they're busy, those are the people you want. I don't know of any of the people that are really successful at this that weren't too busy when they started, right? I was too busy to get involved in this when I started. I know April was too busy. My wife's too busy. We're all too busy when we get started. But what happens is busy people get stuff done, right? You're just able to find it. Now, it's a matter of how much time you can devote to it, right? I know Marco's a crazy busy guy with work and stuff like that. And I can see that when he gets on Facebook, because I know when he gets on is when he's on his, either on a break or in the evening or in the mornings. But that means he's fitting this in the pockets of his life. And by fitting it in your pockets of your life, then that's where, you do your job during the day, and then you build for your future in your pockets. So don't feel like, oh man, I can't do 10, 15 hours a day at this. That's not what's necessary. What's necessary is that when you're actually involved, that you're devoting intense time. It's like working out, right? You can either go in the gym and hang out for 10 hours, or you can go in the gym and get a 15, 20, 30-minute workout done and be super intense during that workout. And it's going to yield you better results than just going in there and hanging out, right? So build with intensity and build with intention. Meet people's needs. That was a great great comment. If you talk to somebody and they say, look, I'm just interested in the nutrition, I'm not interested in the business, don't push the business on them. That's the wrong plan, right? I had absolutely, and for those of you that don't know kind of my story, I had no desire to do network marketing as a profession at all. Zero. In fact, I was opposed to it. And, and I did the nutrition for over 11 months before I ever even once shared it with anybody. I don't even think my wife knew I was using it. So, you started, and then as people come to you with more interest, then you ramp it up. If somebody comes directly to you and says, hey, look, I'm really interested in the opportunity to add an extra $400 or $500 a week or a month or whatever to my budget at home, can you show me how? Then absolutely help them out. But if they're not interested in that, you let them know that it's available and move on forward with what they want, their nutritional needs met. Okay. And on the nutritional needs met, every single person that you enroll, you should definitely get them involved in the IsaBody Challenge. I can't tell you how important that is. They get daily updates on what they should be doing and how to use the nutrition. And they can get up to $200 in free product when they're done. And I only say up to is if you order it, you get a coupon for $200, and however much of it you spend. So, but you get $200 worth of free product at the end, and all you have to do is, write a few sentences when you're finished, and that's it, right? Scott, I can see you've got a helper. I'm checking. She's waving. I can see her back there. So let's see. Detach yourself from the outcome, right? So when you have, when you're talking to somebody and they say that they're not interested, or, hey, that's a pyramid scheme, or, hey, it's this or it's that or whatever, detach yourself from it, right? Somebody looks at me and tells me it's a pyramid scheme because of the amount of time that I've invested in this, I'm going to look at them like they're, like they've lost their mind, right? I don't even, I can't even respond to that. I'm just going to look at them and go, really? And okay, whatever. And I'm probably not even going to have a further conversation with them about it, other than the fact that, look, if they can't get past that, if they're not smart enough to realize that I'm not involved in illegal activity, because that's really what they're telling you when they say it's pyramid scheme, they're saying that you're involved in illegal activity. And if that's what they think, then I guess let them be where they're at. Because obviously this isn't, it's literally $1 billion company. We've been around for 13 years. We follow the same program, the same distribution program that a lot of other very hugely successful companies have followed. You got Mary Kay and other companies that have been around, Amway, they've been around for 100 years. So that's anybody that makes that comment, it's just disregard it, and ask them to educate themselves and come back and let them know if they'd like to have a more realistic conversation at a later date, right? Set up your systems for follow-up. And this is something that I'm going to continue to work on because I suck at it, quite honestly. When I get somebody's information, a lot of times I don't get the follow-up done that I should, and that is simply unacceptable, because if you think about the number of people that I've contacted over the course of my last 2.5 years of doing this as a business, it's ridiculous, right? Because I've done that, I realize that I've got to have a system for follow-up, and whether that's Rolodex cards or whether you enter people in your phone, whatever it is that you think you need to do, you need to make some form of a follow-up thing where you can move people around and shuffle them around from somebody that has been contacted. You contact them once, you contact them 3 times, you contact them 5 times. Now they're on the once every 6 month program or once every 90 days program where you just contact. And this goes to the staying in relationship. Staying in relationship is so important in the fact that this is really about, it's about going out and contacting people and saying hello. So just because you've talked to somebody about Isagenix doesn't mean that you've got to come back to them and say, hey, are you interested in Isagenix? It's not that at all. It's, hey, how are you doing? How have you been? How's the kids? How's the wife? How's the husband? How are these people doing in your life? And show an interest in their life. And if the conversation comes back around to Isagenix or nutrition, fantastic. If it doesn't, then don't worry about it, because it's the next conversation. It leaves, again, it's all about leaving the door open. So you leave the door open for a follow-up contact, and that's all you're doing. It's just hello. That's it. There's nothing else more significant about it. There's nothing more special about it. It's just simply reaching out and saying hello. Okay. This is the last topic that I'm going to cover, and then, actually, I'll cover this one real quick. I'm going to request that everybody that's on this call, because you're taking your time out of your evening to be here, and I truly, truly appreciate it. I would like for you to get more engaged in the Great Nutrition page and the XHP page. When you invite people into Great Nutrition or you invite people to XHP, you love for them to get acknowledged, right? You want somebody to come in and say, hi, welcome to the team, and then post a little video link. We all like that, right? We all like inviting people into the group knowing that they're going to get some loving, right? The group's going to say hello to them and going to say something nice to them. So I'm asking you guys to extend that same thing to other people, so that when other people are being invited in the group that maybe you do or you don't know, that you reach out to them and say hello or congratulations or welcome or whatever it is. Don't spend a lot of time doing it. If you go through, if you say, hey, look, I'm going to congratulate 5 people. Fantastic. Go through, welcome 5 people, congratulate 5 people, and be done with it. But just offer some opportunity to come in there and do that. And the same thing in Great Nutrition. And I'm going to give a shout out to Steve Munzer, because he does it a lot, and I really appreciate it, Steve, is that you spend the time going in there and you make those posts, and April's been knocking out a bunch of them the last couple of days, and it's super important that we do that, and it's highly appreciated that it happens. So when you guys are going in there and throwing those hellos in, or throwing in a thought of the day or an inspirational quote or something like that, it is really, really appreciated, okay? On that same final topic is, if there's anybody who is not in the Team Shady Business Builders messenger group. And if you're actually on Team Shady, so I know I've got some people in Periscope that may not be on Team Shady, but if you're in Team Shady and you're not on that messenger group and you want to be, then send me a personal message and I'll make sure that you get put in that group, because that's where we're going to run all of this first of the year launch stuff. We're going to run all of that through that group. Okay. So, and there's going to be special consideration and there's going to be special incentives just for people that are on that group only, and it won't be extended beyond that group. So make sure that you're in there if you want to be in there, and make sure that your team members that are interested in that level of activity are there. The last thing I want to hear is somebody complaining about the fact there's too much chatter going on in there, because quite honestly, I want it, right? I want the chatter. I want that. I encourage it. I want people to be there. I want people to be able to build relationships in there. And I want us to feel like we know each other in there, okay? April's giving the loco sign. Imagine this. Every time that little buzzer goes off or that ding goes off, or quite honestly, I keep mine on mute, right? I don't even hear it. But I just go back to my phone often enough that I don't need it to be on. I don't need to be making a noise. But if it makes a noise, then turn it off. Turn the notifications off. Do whatever you need to do. But and if you don't feel like you need to scroll all the way through, then don't scroll all the way through. I don't care. But the reality is that activity is people being engaged in your business. I can't imagine anybody could be unhappy about knowing that people are truly being engaged and being fulfilled with what we're trying to offer, right? I mean, essentially you're saying, don't ring my doorbell, right? So ring my doorbell all you want. Of course, mine's disconnected, but that's just literally my doorbell. Let's see. All right, so last thing, and then I'm going to talk about the 90-day deal. So if you want to be a 6 or 7 figure earner, okay, this is where my red side's going to come out a little bit, right? So if you want to be a 6 or 7 figure earner, you've got to decide what you're willing to do in this business, what you're willing to sacrifice. And I'm not going to tell you that there's not sacrifices, because there are, right? You're not going to earn, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars per year by happenstance. That don't happen, right? If you want to earn 6 figures, if you want to, and I'm going to learn about earning 7 figures, because we're going to get there, but I can tell you about how to learn 6 figures, right? Because we do that, right? And we do it very well. But it's taken 2.5 years. Now, I say that in the aspect that you think, holy shit, you've gone from making X to X. Well, I tell you right now, for those of you who don't know the story, we made $16,000 our first year. We made $109,000 our second year. And this year we're going to make someplace around $325,000 to $350,000. It'll depend on what the final tally is here at the end of the year. But I can also tell you that we've done that through incentivizing people and helping people and flying and traveling and doing a ton of things to help build our teams, right? So it doesn't happen by sitting at my house and waiting for somebody to call me and say, hey, I'd like to start ordering Isagenix. And I can tell you right now, you will never earn 6 figures by selling Isagenix. So if your thought is, hey, look, I'm just going to sell enough of this nutrition to make money, that's not going to happen. You can sell, and I'm going to use that word intentionally, you can sell enough nutrition to basically pay for your product, right? You can go out and you can enroll people here, you can enroll people there, and you can earn enough to make some money, right? But if you want to really earn money, if you really want to earn crazy money, if you want to earn, and I'll throw her out there because I don't know if she's on Periscope listening or not, or whatever, but if you want to earn Jill Bowman money, right, then you got to build a team, and you got to build a huge team. And that huge team means it's a lot of contacts, right? I can tell you our rough numbers are, someplace around 1,000 contacts, and those are meaningful conversations. Those aren't, like I sent a message to the guy that was hooking me up on the Zoom today. We were chatting back and forth on chat. And so I sent him a message, hey, if you're interested in nutrition, I can hook you up. But literally, I'm on the chat with him, right? I mean, I'm wanting something from him, but I'm at least offering my service, right? I wouldn't call that a meaningful conversation. But meaningful conversations are when you really sit down and you talk to somebody and you explain to them about nutrition and you explain to them about the compensation plan. Those are meaningful conversations, right? So about 1,000 conversations is going to get you someplace around, I don't know, maybe let's say a team of around 400 or 500 people, and 400 or 500 people. And when I say that, that's because those people are actually enrolling other people. So 400 or 500 people, but 1,000 conversations might get you, let's say, between 4 and 5 real builders. Okay. I can tell you that in Team Shady, that's about what we've got. We've got 4 or 5 real builders, and then we've got some other people that are really wanting to find out about how to build, and that's what we're really here to do. We really want to help those builders build, because 85% of your team are going to be nutrition users. They're just going to use the nutrition. 15%, about 10% of those, 10 to 12% of those are going to be people that are going to enroll 1 or 2 or 3 people here and there. They're going to be your people that are going to, that might make it to manager, that sort of thing, right? So they stay in the consultant to manager world, and they're just earning enough money because that's all they want, and that's okay. That's perfect. I love that, right? But about 3% of your people are going to be the people that really want to go after it, really want to build it big, and really want and expect to be earning a significant amount of money. And that 3% is the people that you're going to want to give everything you've got to help them get there, right? I'm talking, you're going to want to travel to see them. You're going to want to help them do whatever it is they need to do. You want to incentivize them. You want to help them build their teams. You want to do all those things for that 3 to 5%. So with that being said, and my point for that whole thing is this, Team Shady Business Builder messenger page, going out and putting effort into it. Expect to be uncomfortable. Expect that thing's going to be going off. I want it ramped up. I want it full of conversation, and I want people that aren't interested in that level of communication at this time, and that's cool. I'm completely good with that. But I would expect them to leave, and not because I want them to leave, because I don't, but I really think that it's okay if they do, because that just means that right now that's not where they're at, and that's okay, right? It's completely okay for somebody to be put in those pages, say, hey, look, this isn't me right now, and they leave. We don't want to offend anybody. We don't want to piss anybody off, but at the same time, we want to find out who those people are that really want to grow it, so that we can really make sure that we're appointing the right amount of time and effort to the right number, to the right people. Okay, so after the first year, actually I won't even say after first year, after Christmas is over, the game plan is this. We are going to fire into a true 90-day game plan. Tracy and I were joking. Actually, it's not really joking. It was kind of sad. We've done 2 of these 90-day game plans, and we sucked at both of them. The first one was really bad, and the last one that we did back in September, October of this year wasn't much better. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't fantastic. So again, you got to suck at it a bunch of times before you get better at it. And I'm okay with doing that, right? I'm okay with it. It's just part of the growing, part of the learning process. So we're going to fire up this 90-day game plan. It's going to be a true 90-day game plan, just like in the back office. You can find it. We're going to post all kinds of stuff, so you won't have to do much digging to get it. But we are going to make it available. What we're going to follow on. Who knows? Maybe I'll actually read the whole thing this time, so that I know what we're supposed to be doing. And we're going to try to do better this time. And if we don't do great at it, then we'll do it again, right? But it's going to start up right after Christmas, and we're going to start rocking this, because what you're going to find is that after Christmas, people are going to want to jump on the bandwagon. The people that have pushed through November and December, and I say this all the time, for those of you who have heard it before, June and July, a little bit of August, but June and July and November and December are your single most important months to be out there and aware and telling people that you're here. Because what happens is after those months, just before and just after those months, that's when people are really ready to go. And if they know you're the person to go to, then they're coming to you. Because the other people that were just kind of doing it have kind of quit, and they're not, or at least they're not out there as much. They're not talking about it as much. And so people are like, okay, I'm ready to go. Think about it. When you want to buy something, and you see it on TV, that's where you go. You forget that, oh, this other place had it too, but they quit advertising. So when you want something, you go where you last saw it generally. And that's what you want to have happen, right? So make sure that your friends and family know that you're doing this. Make sure that they know you're aware that you are the contact for them. Okay. Because you don't want to be the person that's sitting there at, your next birthday meeting or next family get together, and you find out that your cousin, your sister, your brother, your mom, somebody enrolled in Isagenix, and they enrolled with somebody other than you. And then they say, oh, well, I would have enrolled with you if I'd have known that you were doing it, because that happens and happens all the time. Okay. That's kind of it. I don't want to blow this up too much more. I appreciate everybody that's kind of stayed on both medias here to make this work out. Is there any questions? And I wasn't reading all the okay. Hey, Tracy's got some from Periscope, so let's get the questions from Periscope. And anybody that wants to unmute, you can mute yourself if you have a question that you can ask on there as well. But hey, Tracy, go ahead.
Okay, the first one was from Stephanie Tolzman.
Stephanie Tolzman has a question.
How do we get pictures to share, like progress pictures, or when is it okay to take them or use them?
How do we get pictures to share or progress pictures, and when is it okay to use them? This is a question that happens often, but the reality is that all of us here have about 40,000 friends on Facebook. Okay, you didn't know that, but you do. It's called XHP. Those are your XHP friends, right? Because they are your friends on XHP, then do it gracefully, right? Some people they will post right on there. They're fine with you sharing their pictures. Some people may not be okay with you showing their pictures, but what you do is you crop out their face and you show a side by side, or you show a comparison or something like that. You can also go into, and I know April knows the answer to this one. Isagenix has a place where you can get photos where you can have before and afters that they've published. Yes, April? She's nodding. Unmute yourself. I can't see. I can't hear you.
So yes, you can go in the back office under resources, and there's all kinds of like official photos from Isagenix. But quite honestly, I just copied the photo that I see in the whatever group you're in, and copy and repost it.
Yeah, because
but if it's like something that's totally not appropriate in a bra and underwear or something, I'm not going to share that, obviously. But I try to keep them modest if I'm sharing it outside of our groups.
Right, absolutely. So that's the answer to being able to do that. Now, along with that question, this and for Stephanie, and I'm not trying to call her out, but I want to make sure she hears it, is that when you post a picture on your social media, and I won't go into social media tonight heavily at all, but when you post a picture on social media, crop the picture, make it look nice, and then post it. Don't just take a screenshot of your phone that's got, maybe you've been chatting with somebody and their picture's up in the corner, something like that. Make sure that you take that photo, crop it, make it look nice, and then post it and share it. Okay. So this is your business. Okay. Your Facebook wall is your business. Put good pictures on the business, right? You want people to see good things out there, right? Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay, one more or another one.
At Team Life Changer, which I think he missed the first part. Is Zoom interactive, and what media are we using? So
yeah. So Zoom is interactive, as you can see with April talking right now, and anybody else that unmutes your phone, we can interact, and that will be the medium of choice. If we need to keep Periscope around, it's really not too difficult. It's actually working out okay. So if we need to keep that around for a couple more times, I will. But I really, I spent a decent amount of coin getting this Zoom set up. So I really want to switch to this. I can also, and I just haven't done it yet, but apparently I can go in and I can screen share something from my computer. So I can go on and I can go into like my back office, right? And I can share that on here. So when we're describing things and showing things, I'm supposed to be able to do that on here. And I didn't have time tonight to figure out how to do that, but when I do, I will do that. Steve, what's your brother?
I just was going to say that most of the time, as long as you ask the people, they're more than willing to share your stuff. Like I've had many people about my diabetic story wanted to share my post and share my pictures about me. And like you said in HXP, you share it with people and they just share it, and then they're going to ask you to share it.
Yep. And I recommend that you do that. If you see a photo that you like, I always recommend that you ask, right? But sometimes some of the people that are showing pictures aren't them. So it's like I can't ask Steve to share his picture if it's not him, right? If it's a hot chick, I know it's not you, Steve. Sorry, brother. But there was another question on here. Will Zoom be recorded? We are recording it now. I don't know what that's going to look like. So this is the first one we've done. So I'll know better how well Zoom recorded, right? Whatever Bob's eating, it must be good. He's sitting there chowing it down. Got the beer in front of the screen. All right. Anything else? Another question?
Those are the only ones I had that I saw flash through here.
Okay. All right. That's all we had that was passed on right now. I don't see anybody else clicking their, raise my hand button.
April's got some.
Go ahead.
I was just wanting to remind people that are local for the business training meeting on Thursday. And I had something else, but now I forgot.
Yeah. So if you're local, we're going to start doing business meetings on Thursdays. Obviously we're going to do one this Thursday, but then we won't do one the next 2 Thursdays because of Christmas and New Year's. But these will be business meeting trainings, and they're going to be held at
the Bold Roost espresso bar, and we'll probably Zoom that. It's in Gilbert off of Higley and the 202, or like Higley and Ray area.
Yeah, sorry, Scott. Local is Gilbert, Arizona. Hey, just so everybody knows, it was so cold in Gilbert, Arizona this morning. I had frost on my windshield. It was bad frost. It must have took 5 minutes for my heater to get rid of it. I know you guys in Wisconsin will get a kick out of that. I can see Lynn laughing about it. So
it was 60 here, so come on.
What is it?
It was 50 to 60 here the last 2 days.
Well, see?
Yeah, stand by. It's good for you.
We were freezing here, man. So anyway, so that's the extent on that. We had a snow day. Somebody had a snow day. All right. Go ahead.
Don't forget to comment in the 12 Days of Christmas, and if your team's not in there in the Great Nutrition, make sure you put them in there.
Yeah.
For our local team.
April's giving away lots of stuff. So anyway, so that's going on. One other thing. We are going to run a 90-day weight loss challenge after the first of the year. Okay. That's also going to be part of our 90-day challenge that we're doing with the business side. But we want to run that in there also because, again, remember, it's so important. The consumers are 85%, right? So you want to make sure that everybody's cool, right? You want everybody to be happy about being involved. And if a consumer decides to turn into an associate and the associate decides to turn into a builder, that's the way it generally works. So just know that that's normal, right? What's that? Anything else?
Tell them again if they get their team members to NYKO.
Okay, yeah. All right. Very, very last thing. NYKO. If you're not already going, I recommend that you go if you possibly can. We will be handing out $100 in cash to anybody and everybody that shows up. That's from Team Shady. So if you can be there, we'll be handing out the Benjamins. And so we want everybody to know that we're doing that to basically to pay it forward, to say you thanks for taking your time and for being there, and also to kind of help offset some of the expenses. We'll also be hosting a team get together. I don't know that it's going to be a full-blown dinner because I think between paying for the bills and paying for some other stuff that we agreed to earlier, we're going to be maxed out. But nonetheless, it's worth it, every bit of it. So if you can be there, please be there. And I promise you it'll be worth it. I never believed that it was important. I would have told you 3 years ago that I didn't need it. But I can tell you right now, it is huge important. And Tracy's back here chiming into it, that getting your team members there is massively important. If you're married, bringing your spouse, huge important. If you can get them engaged and being there, then get them there, because once you start working as a pair, once you start working as a couple, incredible things happen. I know Munzer can't get his wife to help out, but she beats his butt in bowling. I don't know. She's too busy practicing bowling. So anyway, I think that's it. Is that it? Okay. I think that's it. We've run this long enough this evening. So thank you again, you guys, for being here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. The fact that you take some time to be here. And next Tuesday, April Nunemaker will be hosting this call. So I'll be doing the introduction and then a handoff. And then we will continue this roundtable of handing it off and around as we go. Okay. So next, you know what? Can we do this Thursday? Can we do it this Thursday?
Yeah.
We have something Thursday. Oh, that's Thursday night. Yeah, we have our Italian dinner. So if you were local, you come to our Italian dinner.
Isn't that Friday?
Huh?
That's Friday, right?
No, it's
Thursday.
Oh my God, I can't keep my day straight.
You can't keep your days straight. So
But
Thursday.
we're gonna Zoom the business training.
Yeah, we'll Zoom. Yeah, actually, you know what? We will. We'll Zoom and Periscope the business portion of the Italian dinner, and we'll also Periscope and or Zoom the business training that we do on Thursday at April.
It's at 10:30.
10:30 p.m. Arizona time, which would be 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. Okay, so we will Zoom and or Periscope that, so everybody's good there. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Wait a question. Should there be husband and wife both posting on the pages? Yes. The more posting on the pages, the better. Please, please, please take a time to do it. Don't feel like you got to do it all at once, but do it. And if you post something and you would like if you post something on your personal wall, or if you want something posted on your personal wall that you're not really comfortable in, maybe you posting it yourself, let's say Steve says, hey, Brent, can you post something about, my success with the nutrition? Then just send me a private message, or send any of us a private message, and then we can create a post, put it on your page, and say, hey, congratulations on your success with the business side. Congratulations on your success on the nutrition side. Whatever it is that you want done, let us know, and we can make that happen, right? Collectively as a team, ask your teammates to do that for you, right? Hey, can you post congratulations on this, on making this occurrence, right? We can do that for each other. All right, we're done. I don't want to keep saying we're done and not being done. So thank you guys very much. And I will find out how well this saved on the Zoom, but Periscope will be available for 24 hours from the time I hit the stop broadcast. And if I can hit the stop broadcast button and it actually works like it's supposed to, I can save it to my gallery and then I can upload it to YouTube. So, but it doesn't always work like it's supposed to. So I will try to make that happen.
Brent, can you stay on for like 90 more seconds so some of us can practice the microphone feature?
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll stay on. Yeah, whatever we need to do. And I can hear you fine, Dan.
Hey, bro.
Hello.
Everybody chime in and say hello. We'll do that. Everybody click your microphone button.
Hello.
All on the count of 3.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Wow.
Did I show up over there?
Awesome. It's working like a champ. All right, so that's how it works. Everybody kind of click on and click off. And then everybody is, some people have figured out you can chat over at the corner. So you can chat as well. And you should be able to see each other on the list of people that are here. And, just so you know, if you want, if you don't want to eat in front of the screen like some people were doing, I won't say who his name was, Bob Durka. if you don't want to do that, you can also click the button that says video feed, and it will just show a little icon. Looks like an Iron Man icon. It's like a little dot on the screen. So
there went Lynn.
there went Lynn.
She figured it out.
No,
Oh,
Lynn's
she's back.
She's back. So you can click that button, or if you want, you can do what Teresa did, and Teresa just has she's already created a picture, and she's got a picture of it. It's her. Where did she go? There she is. Teresa put up just a photograph so that you can just see just her pretty smiling face. And you want to talk about a girl that's got a transition. I didn't realize how much of a transition she had until she posted her side by side the other day. Congratulations, girl. That was fantastic. You're hot.
Yes.
All right.
She'll be in Phoenix.
I know. Right. Dirk has got his American flag hanging out.
And you wanted
got a question.
to say hi.
No, I didn't.
Question, Dan Ferguson. Dan?
I actually don't have a question. I was just practicing to raise my hand. Can someone hit the raise the hand button? Or how about Denise? If you can hear me, I can see your picture. Can you press the raise the hand? Well, not literally raise.
I did.
Wherever the raise the hand button is.
Somebody else press theirs. Whoever seriously is.
100 more.
Seriously, is Sarah B. Boynton?
Oh, hi, Sarah.
Hi, sorry, I just didn't want everyone to see me like this.
We can see you now.
You can?
No, wait, I can't either. I saw some other. I saw a different Sarah. All right. Yeah, I saw Mike. Mike got his hand raised, and Dirk raised his hand, and then I can click on him to lower him. So that's how that works. Thanks. Thanks. Good idea, Dan.
So is that you as the host can see the raised hand because the rest of us can't?
Yes, that's correct. I can see you raise your hand, and then I can click the button that says lower hand. So I can make you drop your hands. Not your pants, just your hands.
Hey.
All right. And then let's see what else.
PG-13.
I can click on manage people. The things I can do for the manage, just so you know, when you're a host, some of the things you can do is I can kick somebody out, and you can also mute them. And I think that's kind of the extent of what I can do from here. So it gives me an option of things I can do. I can ask you to start your video. I can make you the host. Or I can make you a host, or I can change your name. That's funny. I can change your name, or I can remove you. That could be fun. I could have fun with that. And let's see. What's up, Ty's iPhone? I know your face. I didn't see you before. How are you? You look great. You're muted, so you can't hear you. All right. Let's see. So anyway, so what we'll do is in the future, as we pass this around, we will pass it around, and we'll make the host, and we'll just share, right? So yeah, that's what we'll do. And, in the future, also, what we'll do is the time that we're using this right now is maybe we'll pass it around a little bit and have some other shares going out, like recent successes or great stories that you've heard from our team. That would be awesome, is to kind of reinvigorate us all with that kind of action of hearing each other about some of the great things that have happened within our team as far as people who have had successes. All right. Hey, speaking of that, I got the team on playing the weight loss challenge up there in Michigan.
You know what I'm going to win?
Who's going to win?
Me.
I figured. Of course you're going to win. Who else would win, right? They're running a weight loss, for everybody else that's curious, they're running a team weight loss challenge between them. And there's some people that are involved. It's a whole team. Then a group of them did some little side bets on who would actually win. And who knows what's actually bet there. I don't know. Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks again for being here. Have a great night. And I appreciate you taking the time to be with us.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I see you, Fergie.
We have a frosty in our store. If everybody could get
Oh my.
everybody
40-hour cleanse.
Yeah, but how is it a 40-hour cleanse? You didn't cleanse today.
No, I started at 6 o'clock tonight. And it's going to
Oh.
go for 40 hours. It would be 48 hours, except we have a potluck. So I'm shutting it down early.
Shutting it down at 10:30 on Thursday, huh?
Yeah, because I'm too cheap. I spent $15 for 3 days worth of potluck, so I'm getting my fill.
Nice. Why aren't you speaking up there, Fergie? That you're well.
Why? What's that? Why am I not speaking up?
Yeah. And why can I only see from you from your nose up? What's up with that?
Because maybe I just worked out and just a little.
You're planking. Oh my
God! By myself, baby.
I can't unsee that.
No doubt.
Oh, you just and it got recorded, didn't it?
Yes, it's recorded too. That's the precious, Brent.
How about this? It's only you can see only the top part and my tab.
Whoa! Stop!
Good times.
They made
Ferguson.
What's over there, baby?
Are you kidding me?
I got Lynn Kwan's in Kansas. She's like, holy crap! Who are these people?
Oh, now he put his profile pic up there.
Ferguson's showing us.
Tracy missed it.
Tracy missed it. Oh, she won't miss it. It's recorded.
Oh no, it's recorded.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm like in the kitchen going, what is going on? Do I have to come reprimand everyone? What are you doing?
I don't know. Everybody's thinking.
When I show,
show
more Trace.
Hey, Brett, everybody's leaving the group. I wonder why.
Mom came in.
Yeah, exactly. This is what happens. This is like all the other things that once I unleash Michigan to start talking, everybody starts leaving the groups.
Well, this is the first time we're on Zoom and we got people leaving us.
I know. It's just like being in a Facebook group with you guys. You run everybody off.
A topless. The problem is a topless photo of me. The divorce rate skyrockets.
Yeah.
People thinking they got a shot at me.
Yeah, exactly.
The guys or the girls?
Yeah, either. Mike's just sitting there. You know, I'm kind of worried because Brian's sitting there with his mute button on, and he's just smiling at the screen. I can't see his hands.
Hey, I got my kids with me.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
that's why he's being